Okay, guys, I hope that Miss Morgan has passed out this sheet to you. This will be every 9 weeks. We try to do a project to help compensate for test grades. We are going to build our own Justice League. Basically, we're going to start to look at the progressive people, and we're going to realize that they are trying to tackle on issues from the Gilded Age. So I'm going to read this to y'all, and I'm going to show you my example. Over the course of the Gilded Age, a number of problems began to emerge. Overcrowding and pollution in the cities, child labor, industrial poverty, lack of opportunities, and abuses of consumers and small businesses were only a few problems facing the United States and the nation near the turn of the 20th century. In the last decade of the 19th century progressed, an era of reform will begin to emerge, known as the Progressive Era. It was a time period of wide-range reform movements. While there was some who shared the common ideology in this period, the Progressive Era had no singular leader. It was not strictly associated with one party. It was possible to be progressive on one or two issues and not the others. Sometimes these reformers conflicted with each other as they competed for resources on behalf of the conflicting constituencies. In some cases, their jobs was immense. Decades, if not over a century, of complacency, tradition, and societal norms often stood in their way. Many were taking on issues that they simply had never existed before this time period. It was clear that there would be a need of stout, if not superhuman, effort in pursuit of justice. This is where you come in. Your task, you're going to research and create your own submission to the Progressive Justice League. This Justice League will have several prominent reformers that took challenges on in the society of the 1890s through 1910. Here is a whole list of people you could choose from. At the end of the video, you could go up to Miss Morgan and tell her who you would like to pick. You will eventually start a Google document and email me who your person is, and you'll share that. So let me go through what you need to do and how this presentation is going to look. For your heroes, you will need to have a Justice League profile. I'll show you one in a minute because I've given you an example here with the following information: their name, the area of interest, background picture, and accomplishments. The information in your profile should be in your own words. Plagiarism will result in a 0 for the project. So if you are taking something more than 3 words that is not yours, you need to cite. So, that's the thing. If you're copying and pasting from the internet, you need to put parentheses of where you get it, just the website in there. Okay, you will create a new heroic name for your progressive, so a new superhero name. You will create an artistic rendering of your hero. It can be computer generated. You will create a list of their powers and weaknesses based on their historical profile. So these are things that you're creating. Their new heroic name, an artistic rendering of your superhero, and a list of their powers. So your profile details, you will use a real historical figure that actually pursued goals that your superhero was trying to achieve. You will provide a picture of that person, a biographical backstory that explains why he or she pursued these goals, and provide a list of achievements that brought him/her or his and her followers. On the day this is due, you will enshrine your hero in the U.S. History Hall of Justice. Students will present their projects. I know I'm not there, but I will be grading your projects here at home. You will present in class because this is the way that we don't have to cover all of these people in Chapter 28. So here is my person. She's on the list, but no one can take her. So if we go back to the list, Carrie Nation's right there. No one can do her because I'm going to do her as my sample. So this is Carrie Nation. Her superhero name that I'm giving her is called the Battle Axe. Her area of interest is temperance. So here is my content. Born in 1846, Carrie married her first husband in 1865. Shortly after the birth of her first child, her husband died of complications due to alcoholism. In 1864, she moved from Texas to Medicine Lodge, Kansas, where she began working with the Women's Christian Temperance Union. In order to prevent people from going to saloons and bars, she would sing to them with hymns and greet bartenders with phrase, "Good morning," destroyers of men's souls. Okay, so you see right there, I have taken a direct quote. That is not my words. So I have an end citation of where it came from. Okay. In 1900, she got revelations from God. She was given her mission to go into saloons and destroy saloons' liquor supplies with a hatchet and rocks. She would then walk in telling patrons, I have come to save you from the drunkard's faith. Again, not my words, but I'm quoting direct quote, and I've put it where I've gotten it. She was arrested for a little over 30 times and paid her jail fees with money she earned from speaking tours and through sale of her souvenir hatchets. So hence her superhero name. I call her the Battle Axe. Her accomplishments. Carrie Nation died in 1911. God rest her soul. Before seeing her goal of prohibition make it into the law books. The nation brought much needed publicity to the temperance cause. She brought monetary contributions and notoriety, though some of it negative, to the Women's Christian Temperance Union, the leading temperance group. The WCTU was successful in getting prohibition laws passed in a number of states and ultimately was able to use the uproar over alcohol consumption during the World War I to get the 18th Amendment ratified. So right here, I have listed her background. I have said her area of interest, her superhero ego. I've given a picture of Carrie Nation. There's Carrie Nation with her good old hatchet. And just another picture, lips that touch liquor shall not touch ours. So just another little funny photo. Okay, so now here is my artistic rendering. This is not done by me. This was one of my students that I actually took her image and then I pasted it into a document. So here is the Battle Axe. You see her hatchet. And I'm going to explain all these other things that she has right here. So this is a student drawing. There's my student who did it. Okay, so dedicated to the pursuit of temperance and eventually prohibition, the Battle Axe fights on behalf of all who have been victims of those inflicted with alcoholism. Her goal is to stamp out alcohol consumption, even if it means smashing every saloon in America. So her powers. So her eyepiece, she had an eyepiece up here. Y'all see that? Her eyepiece. Her eyepiece gives her the ability to peer into men's souls and determine if they're of low moral standing. It allows her to detect lying and other deceitful behavior. Her battle axe has an enormous destructive power, allowing her to level saloons with one blow. It can only be wielded by one deemed worthy in the eyes of the Lord. Okay, her next thing is, so there's her battle axe, her axe spray. Her axe spray enhances her powers of persuasion, giving her limited powers of mind control. Her physical strength allows her to fight with men more than twice her size. She's going to have several fights. She will even throw an axe at Theodore Roosevelt in San Antonio at the Minger Hotel. Her weaknesses. She reacts like most superheroes. They have a weakness. So her weakness is she reacts violently to alcohol and is keenly susceptible to its effects. Her other weakness is she's not known for being a team player and will often go rogue at key times in the mission if it allowed her to smash up a saloon. She's also less than patient when it comes to pursuing more legislative solution for the alcohol issue. So what I'm going to show you next is the rubric. Let's see if we've done this. Let me find my rubric. Okay. Did I have a picture of my person? Yes. So I got the 5 points. Did I give you biographical information and goals? Yes, 20 points. Did I talk about the achievements? I talked about, if I go back to my document, here it is, right? I've talked about background. I talked about achievements, which I labeled it accomplishments, so I get my points. Did I give her an alter ego? Yes, her name was the Battle Axe. Did I have a picture of my superhero? Yes. Did I explain her powers and weaknesses? Yes. Is there creativity and the presentation was turned in on time via Google Documents to the teacher? That's y'all 20 points. So looking at this picture person, I've gotten all of this. This presentation was actually 100. So if you have any further questions, email me. Make sure you go up to Miss Morgan. No one can pick the same person. Everybody should get a different person. So if we look at our calendar, sorry, let me just, I have a lot of things open on my computer. Okay, So we are here on Thursday, so you will today get laptops, have time to work on that. And then we are presenting next Thursday. So those presentations should be shared to me so I could look at them and I could get some grades in for y'all. So just know that today is your one day in class to be working on that. You need to share it with me. A lot of people may have questions about how to generate a superhero if you don't want to draw one. So superhero, you're just going to go onto a website, Google superhero generator. Sorry. So here are some superhero generators that you could go into. You just put superhero generator in. This is one that a lot of my students have used before. You just click on the website and just go to Google. There's DC Comics has a lot that my students have used in the previous years that you could go in and create your own superhero. I'm not going to wait for all of these load. Here's another one that you could go in and create your own superhero and just create your own. They're called avatars. Y'all probably know way more than me. Here's one that I had a lot of kids use one year. I don't know what this website is, but I know I had a lot of them. Oh, it was that first website that I hit. So just know that you don't have to generate those images on your own. You can computer generate it and drop it into your Word document. You do not have to draw like mine was. Just make sure when you're doing this, because I am grading at home, that you drop that image into your Word document. Okay, I'll let you go choose. Bye.